All right, guys, so you might have noticed on 122, you do not have a side A on it. So after you complete the fact sheet, we're gonna go ahead and do side B together. We're gonna be doing numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. And then I want you guys to do 5 through 7 on your own. Then come back to the video for the answers. So let's go ahead and do 1 through 4 together. So make sure you write your name. So that way when you take your picture, I know whose homework this is. All right, so number 1. The children in Mrs. Rosenberg's class read 352 books, and the children in Mrs. Limosani's class read 283 books. How many books did the children read in the two classes all together? So what's that word that you see that tells us ding, ding, ding? This is what type of problem it is. Yeah, if you guys said all together, you're correct. All together means this is an addition problem. That's that special word that tells me I need to add the two numbers together. So let's go back to our word problem and pick out those numbers. So the first number I have is 352. And the second number I have is 283. So I'm going to go ahead and write those down. 352. And we're talking about books, so I'm going to put a B there. Then 283. B. Equals, let's find out. I'm going to use my workspace, line up my numbers, add my addition sign, do my tricky lines, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So after you draw that, writing your tricky lines, your numbers, go ahead and pause the video if you need to so you can fill that out. Now that you've unpaused the video, let's go ahead and do this together. So let's add the first one first. What's 2 plus 3? 5. Good job. What's 5 plus 8? Yes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So bring down that 3 and carry that 1 over to the next spot. Then again, what's 3 plus 2? 5 plus 1 more, 6. So our whole number is what? 635 books. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I write out the whole problem. All right, number 2. This is new information that we're learning today. So we're going to be learning about what's called an array. And what an array is, it's a group of shapes that you're going to show with a number sentence. And you're like, Mrs. Stoopy, what's a number sentence? So what you're going to do is these are actually going to be multiplication problems or equal groups. So I'm going to go ahead and put my multiplication problems down here. And I know there's an equal sign, like so. Now the way you figure out what type of number sentence you're going to be using is you say, how tall is my array and how long is my array? So first I'm going to say how tall. So let's look at this one. How many triangles tall is my array? Yeah, 2. So I'm going to put my 2. And I'm also going to put a 2 here just to remind me. Now, how long is my array? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my second number is going to be 5. Now, I need to figure out how many triangles are there total. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, is 2 times 5 10? Let's count. If I count by 5 2 times, I get 5, 10. Is my answer correct? Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and do the next array. So again, I need to figure out how tall is my array. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 3 is my first number. Now, I need to figure out how long my array is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's figure out what 3 times 4 is. I could just know if I count by 3 4 times, like 3, 6, 9, 12, my answer is 12. Let's go ahead and write that down. but I can double check to see if my answer is correct by adding all my circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Am I correct? Yes. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to number 3. We're gonna color 3 and 3/4 square. So the first thing I always look at is that big number first. So what is my big number? If you said 3, you are correct. So I'm gonna color in 3 whole squares, because remember that first number is a whole, meaning it's the whole square. All right, next I'm gonna look at my fraction. I have 3/4. So what does that tell me? Yeah, it says I have 3 pieces out of 4. So what do I need to break this square into? 4 pieces. So I'm going to break that up into 4 pieces. Now it's 3/4. So how many pieces do I need to color in? That's right, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is 1, 2, 3, 3, and 3/4 squares colored in. All right, number 4 is another new information that we're learning. So we're gonna be looking at the color tiles in this bag using this pie chart right here. So we're gonna answer these questions by looking at this pie chart. So the first question says, how many yellow tiles are in bag B? So this entire pie chart is all bag B. So now I just have to look for yellow. So I'm gonna underline yellow here. Do you see the word yellow on this pie chart? Yeah, right here. So it says there are 4 yellows. So I'm gonna go ahead and write 4 on my line. Now it says, which color has 1 more tile than green? So what's the first thing I need to figure out? How many green tiles are? So I'm gonna underline green, and I'm gonna find green. So how many tiles does green have? 3. Now it says, which color has 1 more tile than green? Do you see a number here that's 1 more than 3? Yeah, if you said 4, you're correct. And that is our yellow tiles again. So we're gonna write the word yellow. Yellow has 1 more tile than green. Let's go ahead and look at the last question. Which 2 colors make up half of the tiles in the bag? Now I know that when I color half, it's either gonna be this side or this side. Or if it was equal on either side here, it could be one of those, right? But it has to be half of my circle. So let's see which one of these shows half. Blue and yellow. Here's blue and here's yellow. Is that half? Yeah, if I color that in, that's half of my circle. I already answered it. Let's go and pretend like we didn't do that one first. Let's look at the rest of these. Red and blue. Red and blue. Is that half? No. Let's look at green and blue. Green and blue. Is that a perfect half? No, almost. It's really close. If this one was a little bit straighter, that would be half. So we know that blue and yellow is correct. Now what I want you to do is I'm going to read these problems, but I want you to finish 5, 6, and 7 by yourself. Then you're going to pause the video, finish these by yourself, and then come back and get the answers from me. So let's look at 5. I have 1 quarter, 3 dimes, 1 nickel, and 9 pennies. Draw the coins. How much money do I have? Go ahead and pause the video and do that by yourself. Now number 6 says, trace a pair of perpendicular line segments in problem 5 using a crayon. So that means using this box here where are your perpendicular line segments? And it says a pair, meaning how many is in a pair? 2. Now remember, a perpendicular line segment is where lines meet up at a perfect right angle. They're not like parallel lines where they don't meet. They do meet, and they meet at a perfect right angle, also known as 90 degrees. Go ahead and do that by yourself. Look at this rectangle here. Where are some perpendicular lines? Last, do number 7 by yourself. Go ahead and subtract. Make sure you check your signs. Add and subtract. All right, you should have finished 5, 6, and 7 by yourself. If you haven't done that yet, pause this video and go do them by yourself. Then come back for the answers. Remember, the only person that you're missing out on is yourself if you go straight to the answers. Make sure you work these problems out by yourself. All right, number 5. I have 1/4. A quarter is worth 25 cents. 3 dimes. 1, 2, 3. How much is a dime worth? 10. 1 nickel. How much is a nickel worth? 5. And 9 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how much is a penny worth? 1. So let's go ahead and write a 1 in all of our pennies. So the question was, how much money do I have? So let's go ahead and count those. 25, 35, 45, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So 69 cents. Give yourself a smiley face if you did that by yourself and got it correct. Nice job. Let's go ahead and look at number 6. Trace a pair of perpendicular line segments in problem 5 using a crayon. I'm going to keep using the pen I'm using. Now, perpendicular line segments meet at that 90-degree angle. Now, the way we can check this, we said by using a piece of paper or a ruler. I'm going to go ahead and use my Apple remote since it's right next to me, and it has that perfect corner. Is my Apple remote touching on both sides? Yes, it is. What about here? Yes. Here? Yes. Here? Yeah. So this rectangle actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 perpendicular line segments. So you could trace any 2 sides that you like. Now number 7, let's go ahead and line up our problems. I'm going to go ahead and start from this side and go over. Now again, you should have completed these problems first before you watch me complete them. So this is a subtraction problem. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I start at my where? My ones. Can I subtract 0 from 7? Yes, I can. That's 7. But can I subtract 3 things from 1 thing? No. So I'm going to cross out my 8. Make it a 7, and turn my 1 into an 11. What's 11 minus 3? 10, 9, 8. What's 7 minus 4? 3. So your answer is 387. Let's look at the next one. Addition now. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 7 is 14. Bring down my 4, carry my 1. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. Again, now I'm doing subtraction. This is your answer for this one. Can I subtract 8 things from 3 things? No, I cannot. So I need to borrow from my 7, turn it into a 6, turn my 3 into a 13. 13 minus 8, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Now 6 minus 4 is 2. So my answer is 25. So this is all that you had to do for math today. You do not have to do a side A. Make sure you take a picture of it. And I want you to circle 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your paper today to show that those are the problems you did with me. Then 5 through 7 are the ones that you did by yourself. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.